It was a stormy night when I realized the people I trusted most had betrayed me. My name is Eleanor O'Sullivan. I'm 76 years old with warm mahogany skin, and I've spent most of my life on the windswept coast of County Clare, Ireland. Life has given me wisdom, wrinkles, and stories, some joyous, some heartbreaking, but none more painful than the day I discovered I was being sold off like property to a man I barely knew. But that night, everything changed. County Clare was as wild and beautiful as it was unforgiving. The Atlantic waves crashed endlessly against rocky cliffs, the air thick with sea spray and salt. I remember mornings filled with the scent of peat smoke and freshly baked soda bread. Life was simple, guided by traditions older than the stone walls lining the fields. Girls learned early on. We had our roles, our duties, our silence. I loved my village, but even then, beneath laughter and music from the fiddle, a silent darkness simmered. Control was everything, and we girls knew to obey, to never question why. At 16, my innocence was shattered. A quiet Sunday evening became the darkest night of my life. My family, burdened by debt, arranged my marriage to an older, stern man from a nearby village. When my father whispered, "It's done," my heart broke. I was traded for land, livestock, and status. The feeling of being betrayed by those who should protect you is indescribable, like drowning in darkness, every breath harder than the last. I felt my value stripped away, leaving nothing but emptiness. Life with my arranged fiancé was a relentless cycle of silent torment. "You're mine," he often whispered menacingly, eyes cold as the cliffs in winter. Every small defiance was met with icy silence or harsh punishment. Yet hope stubbornly flickered, briefly ignited by kind words, only to be extinguished again. Bruises faded, but the emotional scars deepened, binding tighter than iron chains. Every night, trapped in darkness, I dreamed of escape, wondering if freedom was only a cruel fantasy. Then came Mora, our elderly neighbor who noticed my fading spirit. She never asked questions, but her gentle eyes saw everything. One day she whispered about a rust-eaten ferry that left nightly for Liverpool, a quiet, determined glint in her eyes. That ferry became my beacon, my lifeline, the symbol of escape. Every night I dreamed of that rusty hull carrying me far away from my tormentor and closer to freedom. The night I fled was moonless, shrouded in heavy mist. Every heartbeat thundered louder, my breath shallow, legs trembling. Past sleeping houses, through fields damp with dew, every shadow seemed to grab at me, urging me back. My footsteps echoed louder with every hurried step. Nearing the dock, I froze, voices, shadows moving. I held my breath. Seconds felt endless. Finally, silence. I bolted, barely catching the rust-eaten ferry moments before departure. Only then, feeling the salty breeze, did my heart finally exhale. In Liverpool, I rebuilt piece by piece. Small victories meant everything. A dishwashing job, completing my GED, renting my first tiny apartment. Each achievement restored dignity and self-worth. Eventually, I met Tom, whose laughter warmed my heart, teaching me trust again. Love was gentle, healing, affirming that I was not broken, but beautifully resilient. Today, at 76, looking back, I barely recognize the frightened girl I once was. If you're 14 or 40 and feel trapped, hear this clearly. Survival is possible, and your story isn't over. The strength to rebuild your life lies inside, patiently waiting for you to embrace it. Life bruises us, but bruise doesn't mean broken. We have a power stronger than betrayal, the strength to reclaim our stories. If my journey touched you, please like, subscribe, and share. Together, we can remind others they are not alone.